Hey family, Real Estate Bro here. By the way, if you guys like the content, please hit like and subscribe, and you can support the channel through Cash App. The address is listed on the screen. In another episode of What They Didn't Tell You About Real Estate, today I will talk about pros and cons of apartment living. Okay, we're talking about the pros and cons of living in an apartment. All right. You know, I had so many cons, I had to put together a list. Give me a second. All right. Number one, no equity. You're paying all that rent. And at the end of the day, it counts for nothing. You have nothing to show for it. No equity, no nothing. Okay? It is what it is. Number two, air vents connected to other apartments. Depending on the type of apartment building you're in and how old it is, your vents might be connected. Now, I'm not saying someone's going to catch COVID-19 through the vents, but what if your neighbors are smoking marijuana heavily and the weed smell comes through the vents into your apartment? Just think about that. Number three, apartment application fee scams. You've seen it. Yeah, the application fee is $25. Fill it out. And ain't no good and well, they're not going to call you. But they encourage you to fill out the application, whether in person or online. But the fee's $25. Some of them are even more, $50. They know good and well. They don't even have a vacancy. But they're encouraging people. It's a scam. Look into that. Building insulation is very weak. Going for number four. You know what that means. The insulation's weak in the building. Your utility bill, period. Not just the electric. Your utility bill, especially summer and winter, is going to be sky high. Picture in the wintertime. You got the heat on constantly because it's just disappearing. It's not being retained. Number five, elevators broken. Depending on what floor you live on, depending on how many elevators are in your building, let them all not be working. You're going to be climbing up a flight of steps. Let's hope you don't have heavy items with you when you're climbing those flight of steps. Going down the steps is always much easier than going up the steps. What if your elevator's out for more than one day? You get the picture. Number six, front desk. Unprofessional front desk. They're ghetto, they're rude, just super unprofessional. You've dealt with that type, I'm sure. Front desk again for number seven. They never answer the phone. And sometimes they're sitting right there. They just don't answer the phone. You can have an emergency, a crisis. Your calling is ring, 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 ring. Nobody's picking up. Number eight, furnishings in the apartment. The furnishings in the apartment can be very old. Very old. Your apartment furnishings might go back to the 1970s. Yeah. Excuse me while I wet my whistle. You might have furnishings from the 60s. Hey. Old. That's the point. It's old. Number 9, your apartment might be in a high crime area. Why do you think your rent is so low? because you're in a high crime area. They're going to mess with your car. They're going to take the mirrors off your car, steal your hubcaps, all that petty stuff. But it's super annoying. And it does cost to replace. All right, coming in at number 10. The laundromat on the premises stinks. They advertise, oh, we have a laundromat, and then when you go check it out, the machines are small, old, and not worth it. You gotta pay for that stuff. You're better off going to a professional laundromat, off of the premises. So be prepared to go to a laundromat that is off the premises. Parking lot towing of cars. Some of these places are so aggressive. You're in the wrong spot for 10 minutes. Your car is towed, and you're gonna have to pay an arm almost maybe $200 to $400 just to get your car back because maybe your guest parked in the wrong spot for 10 minutes. It can get real crazy. Some of them can be real aggressive where there's somebody hiding in the parking lot purposely waiting for people to park the wrong way, and then they radio the tow truck, and it's a nice little racket that they got going. You gotta watch out for that too. All right, coming in at number 13, maintenance, delayed repairs. I don't gotta explain that. Maintenance takes all day. You called it in on Monday, it's Friday. You haven't heard diddly squat. You're still waiting for it to get fixed. Number 14, maintenance again. They're cheap. They're using duct tape to hold things together. You get the picture. Coming in at 15, maintenance again. Multiple visits to fix the same damn thing. Why is it sometimes they gotta come 4 or 5 times just to fix the thing one time? Each time they came and claimed it was fixed, it wasn't. Multiple visits, baby. Be ready for that. All right, coming in at 16, rodents, pests. You might need an exterminator regularly. The building, maybe they're not going to pay for it. You might have to pay for it out of your pocket. Yeah. Do you want to live in a building that's infested with mice, rats, roaches, bed bugs? Just pests in general, spiders, whatever it can be. You need to check that out before you move in there. All right, coming in at 17, we got mold. Mold can be deadly, especially the pets, children. You get the picture. You need to inspect that place for mold, and sometimes it's hidden. Scary stuff. Number 18, your neighbors. Some of them are going to be filthy, crappy, loud, non-working, staring at you as you go to work. But because they don't have no life and no job, they're just staring out the window, watching everybody. Okay? You got to watch out for those. The haters and the ignorant ones. Yeah, your neighbors. All right, coming in at 19, packages stolen on the regular. Nobody's at the front desk. They're going to leave your package in the front, either at the front desk, or they might not even come inside, just leave it on the stoop. Packages get stolen all the time. There's so many Ring videos catching this stuff. You might be a victim too, especially if there's no one at the front desk. Coming in at number 20, pipes and plumbing issues. Oh God, there's so many things that can go wrong with old plumbing, and it's a mess. Flooding, pipes breaking, leaking. You get the picture. Coming in at number 21, dog piss and dog crap on the steps. Yeah. People are too lazy to take their pets outside. So what do? They go into the stairwell and let their pets do their business. Now, some places have cameras in their stairwells and they have bright lights. That helps. But a lot of places don't. And in the apartments that don't, if your neighbor's lazy with their pet, they don't want to go outside. Watch your step when you're walking in those stairwells. Alright. Coming at number 22. The place is just falling apart. I mean, even you look from the outside, there's parts of the roof missing. It just looks old and like it's crumbling. Coming in at 23, the roof leaks. Yeah, certain parts of the apartment, maybe the roof does leak. They're not going to tell you that. You're going to find that out the hard way. Sometimes you have roofs that are collapsing and they're uneven. You need to look out for that too. Coming in at number 24, your security deposit not being returned. Oh yeah. Let's say everything is fine. It's time to leave. You do everything by the book. You kept the place clean. The whole 9 yards. They still don't return your security deposit. For what reason, you ask? They'll come up with one. Trust me. Coming in at number 25, the shower water. You might have an old plumbing system where the hot water is almost scalding and the cold water is almost ice, and the interchange between hot and cold water, it's going at random intervals. You don't know when it's going to be hot, when it's going to be cold. It doesn't matter where you have the knobs adjusted to. It's just the water temperature is fluctuating. Some apartments, especially the old ones, are like that. Yeah. Consider that. Coming in at 26, water pressure low. When someone's taking a shower and someone flushes the toilet at the same time, is the water pressure still going to be strong enough to rinse off in the shower? Or do you have to wait for the toilet to fill up again before the water pressure is at a decent pressure so that you can rinse all of the soap off of your body? They didn't tell you about those things, did they, when they told you about real estate? Alright, coming in at number 27, we got snow removal and salt spreading from the parking lot. In areas where it does snow and they're supposed to clean the snow, they might take 10 years to get to it. They're in no rush. They're taking care of their properties first. They're taking care of their homes, their families first. You're a distant second. And let's assume somebody is being paid to handle that. Let's hope they show up on time and do a good job. Coming in at number 28, thin walls in the apartment. Yeah. The walls are so thin, you can hear your neighbors farting. Yeah, you can hear their conversations. God knows what else you hear in your neighbors' apartments. You know what I mean. Yeah, thin walls. That's real bad. Nobody wants that. People want privacy. Thin walls is as if there is no privacy. Coming in at number 29, trash cans overflowing. Yeah. Sometimes you just have so much trash, it's too much for the cans to handle and they're overflowing. It's 2 more days before the trash people come to pick it up, where are you going to put your trash? Some apartments, they're too cheap to buy, another giant size can to put the trash in. You got to consider that. Always check out the trash. Check out the trash areas before you take an apartment. Just see how they look and how they're maintained and kept up. All right, coming in at number 30. We got one more left after this. Coming in at number 30. Unruly kids. Some of your neighbors' kids might be so wild and disrespectful and loud and oh God, just think when you were a kid. Think of all the games and oh God, all the mischief you got into. Yeah. It's called karma. And it's your turn. Remember those doorbells you used to ring and then run? Back in the 1970s and 80s? Well, it's your turn. It's karma, baby. The kids are going to be doing that to your doorbell. You can't even get angry because you did it. But be ready for it. Alright, and actually, number 31 is actually a repeat, which is that the water pressure is low. But we were specifically speaking about the shower and the toilet. But this is just the entire house in general. Kitchen, everywhere there's a faucet. The water pressure is just low. Too low for comfort, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we just finished the 31 cons of living in an apartment. Now, we're going to go over the pros. And we actually only have 5 pros on the list. Coming in at number 1, you're not responsible to pay for any repairs. And that's sweet. That's a big one right there. When things break down, you don't have to pay out of your pocket. Your rent is the only thing you have to pay. So all the surprise expenses and all the craziness in an apartment rental, it's not your problem. That's a big one because that's a lot of stress that you don't have to worry about just because you're paying rent. Coming in at number 2, no surprise expenses. It's just your rent. You don't got to worry about a pipe burst at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's not your problem. Now, if the pipe leads to your apartment, it might be your problem when you don't have water, but you're not responsible for finding a contractor and paying for it. Coming in at number 3, you don't have to deal with contractors. No contractor dealings. You don't have to worry about folks not showing up, their backgrounds, or they're going to do a good job, etc., etc. All you got to worry about is paying your rent. Your landlord will have to worry about getting the right contractor and whatever the issue is, getting it fixed. That's not your issue. No contractor dealings. All right, coming in at number 4, no tenant dealings. You might have a multifamily property with tenants paying you rent. When you live in an apartment, you're the one paying the rent. You're the tenant paying the rent. You don't have tenants to deal with. You don't have that headache of nightmare tenants that you have to deal with. And coming in at number 5, no maintenance of the property is required. Yes, all you do is pay your rent. You don't have to worry about mowing the lawn or trimming the hedges or raking the leaves. None of that stuff. You don't have to worry about shoveling snow You might have to clean off your car, but you're not responsible for the parking lot. You get what I'm talking about. Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time. Well, that's all for today, family. By the way, if you like the content, please hit like and subscribe, and you can support the channel through Cash App. The address is listed on the window. Those interested in a personal consultation with Real Estate Bro, contact me through email and we can make that happen. See ya!